Welcome, guys and dolls. Here with our last cup of cinema coffee, Summer Under the Stars edition at the coffee house on the back lot, with three heavy hitters to join us. Ingrid Bergman, James Cagney, Fredric March. To the Break Room Classic Film fans, it's tea time for a coffee break.
Can you get Cab Calloway on it?
Can you get it?
That's my patty waist sugar.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
By the way, how is your father?
Hidey-ho.
But I want to know, does it bother you?
This week, joined by my co-pilot, this piece has a long story involving switching out the fabric design intended from falling in love with this fabric on site, which does happen sometimes when I've stepped into the fabric warehouse. Making this piece all by hand, on the night I watched West Side Story all the way through for the first time, making sure to pin the mannequin and not my hand while I was looking up at the screen. And ending this month-long edition with three well-knowns as this, it may be difficult to give you a personal pick you haven't already seen, but I'll do my best for everyone watching, from veterans to newbies, all while keeping this one quick, simple, and to the point. Beginning with Ingrid Bergman. From the start, I'm recommending the first three: Intermezzo, her original 1936 version, Journey to Italy, and Autumn Sonata. You're in good hands. James Cagney, are you kidding? Taxi, Smart Money, The Mayor of Hell, Picture Snatcher, all in one day, back to back to back. The only film that would have made this less difficult to choose as a no-brainer to recommend would have been Billy Wilder's 1, 2, 3. Handle that if you haven't already. But when my eyes hit Lloyd Bacon's Footlight Parade 1933, arguably my favorite James Cagney film, Joan Blondell, Dick Powell, Frank Mayhew, Guy Kibbe, Ruby Keeler, Claire Dodd, Ruth Donnelly, Hugh Herbert. Last day brings March to August as Fredric concludes this year's Summer Under the Stars lineup. Here's where Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde comes in. If you caught the 1941 adapt on Ingrid Bergman's day, here's where you can catch the adaptation co-starring March with Marion Hopkins, which is a perfect pitch for a recommend for any newbies. Design for Living, 1933, co-starring the two together again, along with the Coop, Gary Cooper. But to recommend something outside the best years of our lives, which, like Casablanca or On the Waterfront, never gets old, recommending One Foot in Heaven, 1941, co-starring March with an unsung favorite of mine, Martha Scott. Caught this one when March was Star of the Month some years ago, and I never forgot it. Definitely a coffee brew film, so if you DVR it to watch in the evening, brew some coffee before you start. As our brews have come to an end, I hope you've enjoyed this year's Cinema Coffee Summer Under the Stars recommendations, with possibly some new watches in your life. Share any feedback you may have, or what you watched, or what you'd recommend below in the comments, or on my @DominiqueReview Twitter account. And if you're looking for any more of my work, cinema coffee chats, or projects, visit my Dominique Review YouTube channel here for more, including my Betty the miniseries based on my grand aunt Betty Lightsey, creator of the first Black model agency in 1950s Chicago. Fashion Fridays, including garments made by me from my Dominique private collection, inspired by the golden age of Hollywood, made for theatrical productions I do locally, presenting classic entertainment in a modern world and in a vintage manner. That's my motto. My original old-time radio-inspired shows, short film, pitch trailers, animatic reels, and my book-to-film chats. Until we meet again, be safe, be well, stay healthy, stay smart, and I'll see you next time. I'll be in tow.
Can you get Cab Calloway on it?
Can you get it?
That's my patty waist sugar.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
By the way, how is your father?
Hidey-ho.
But I want to know, does it bother you?